Good morning, Pastor Steve here. Luke chapter 1, 68 through 71 says, "Blessed be the Lord God of Israel, for he hath visited and redeemed his people, and has raised us up a horn of salvation for us in the house of his servant David, as he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets, which have been since the world began, that we should be saved from our enemies and from the hand of all that hate us." Sometimes in hard days or dark days, we wonder, what's God up to? Well, this passage says a few important things as we approach the day we celebrate the coming of Christ to earth. One thing it says is that God has a plan for our redemption. Now, that plan, our redemption, is the real reason for the season. It also says here that God's always on time. His time is not my time, and it tells me that the God who promises is the God who always delivers on the promise. We're in John Bunyan's Pilgrim's Progress when Christian and Hopeful were prisoners in the Doubting Castle. The giant Despair was there. And then Christian finally wakes up and says, Why am I a fool to be in this stinking dungeon when I may as well walk at liberty? I have a key in my bosom called Promise that will, I am persuaded, open any lock in Doubting Castle. Then he pulled it out of his bosom and he began to try at the dungeon door, whose bolt, as he turned, the key gave back and the door flew open with ease. And Christian and Hopeful came out. Then they went to the next door in the courtyard and it opened that as well. And they went all the way to the iron gate on the outside, and that had to be opened too. And it went hard, but the key opened it. One person has said, "The future is as bright as the promises of God." Christmas is a time of fulfilled promise. The promise that one would come who would save his people from their sins. As we celebrate amid the traditions and the trappings, the things we've added to it, let us stop and rejoice in Christmas, a memorial of the kept promises of God. You ponder that, Pastor.